All right, so I wanted to go a little deeper with my discussion on the 454 that I put in this truck here. I know originally I told you on the first video that it had a TBI 454 from 87, and those things were just low on power. They had the cams turned back in them for emissions. There's all kinds of things going on there that really just stifled that engine. So we found this burnt 97 dually. Had this 7.4 liter Vortec, or the 7400, you can call it either one, Gen 6 of the big block Chevrolet, which is a great engine right out of the gate from the factory. Even with all the emissions, it was a great engine. Drove them in trucks for years. But this one had 39,000 miles on it. And when we got it, took it apart, normal stuff from sitting, you know, rats built nests on top of the pistons and valves stuck, and it wouldn't even roll over. I mean, you couldn't even turn it around to get the converter bolts out of it. It was so bad. But anyway, we got it apart, got it in here, got everything cleaned up. We wanted to stick with the hydraulic roller camshaft, which we did. We used the factory lifters that were in it. Bought a camshaft that was the shortest thing we could possibly get. I think it's 209, 212 at 50. Which is short and only like 525 lift. This thing runs like a diesel. I mean, from 700 RPMs up, you can literally have it in 1-to-1 ratio in the transmission and it'll just pull itself right back up to highway speed. It is like a diesel. It's great. Love it. It's the way I built it for. So, but then you run into some more problems. You run into the timing cover. So the Gen 6 has a pickup for the crank. It's essentially a crank trigger for the cam sync off the crankshaft. You know, it can pick up from down. It's got a magnetic pickup. Well, that cover will not work with a double roller timing chain. It'll only work with the factory type timing chain. So you can't get a gear set to advance or retard the timing on those factory type chains either. So you're stuck. Well, we went ahead and I ordered a Milodon aluminum cover that fit the Gen 6 block with the double roller timing chain, but it has no pickup in it. But that became less of a problem when we put the Holley EFI on, because Holley EFI sells you the dual sync distributor. So it takes care of the cam and crank sensor inside of the distributor. Easy. I'll make a video one day on how to set that thing in there. It's really simple. There's probably other videos out there about it. But anyway, it just fixed that problem. I mean, it was several $100s, but it fixed that problem. So between the timing cover you have trouble with on the, like I said, this is all related to the Gen 6. And then you get up to the rocker arms. You can't buy, they're non-adjustable rockers from the factory. The Gen 6 block, they just torque them down, and the hydraulic lifter took care of the clearance in there, and that's all it was. They never, you know, and they had trouble with those things. I mean, I know guys who had camshafts that had to be replaced in those engines throughout the years. But for the most part, they were solid packages. But so with this one, I wanted to run a stainless steel roller tip rocker, and it's a full roller rocker. I had to put guide plates in it and everything. But I went ahead and bought, you know, good 80 thousandths wall push rods, and put the roller rockers on it with the poly locks on top, which now your valve covers won't fit. So I ordered a 3/4 inch to make sure it was gonna fit, 3/4 inch spacer for the valve covers. But I should have only probably ordered a 3/8. They make them in different sizes. I should have ordered a 3/8 because I can show you where the throttle body, right here, where the throttle body comes on. I had to grind the valve covers right here and the bottom of the throttle body, because on this one it comes out the side of the engine and goes into an air box and out the front. I've still got to build a new air box to come into here. I haven't done that yet. But so there's a lot of quirks to putting a Gen 6 in there, but I'm telling you, it was worth the fight. It was a 6-month ordeal for me, but it was well worth the fight. I've enjoyed driving this truck. Even with the SM465 in it, it was fun to drive. But now we're going down the road with the Tremec, and I am super excited about getting this thing on the road, getting out here and riding in it, going 70 miles an hour in it, and it just cruising. The other thing, I do want to put cruise control back on this truck. I don't know if I can make the factory stuff work. May play with that later, but I got to get some of these other big things done today, or from now on, to get ready to the trip to go to Cape Lookout. I'm super excited about going on that trip. We've got a lot of work to do. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we'll have the camper out. We'll have Lookout Square on the road again, and we can get the camper loaded on her and, you know, or him, whatever you want to call it, and get it out onto the road and get working on what we got to do, because you'll see as these videos come along how much preparation it really takes to go to Cape Lookout, spend a week down there, and take all the things that you need with you to essentially survive down there for a week, because it can be a miserable place if you're not prepared for it. So we're looking forward to it. We have a good time when we go every year. Even if the weather's bad and the fishing's bad, we still have a good time. It's just a good time to go. So thanks for watching these videos here, and I'll keep putting them up. If there's anything you'd like to see, just let me know. Thanks again.